Hello, everyone. Before we get started with today's presentation, we'll start out by introducing ourselves for those who don't know us. My name is Jerry de la Cruz, and I'm going to be the first one. Uh, I'm going to talk about the Torah physical response. The Torah physical response is a language teaching method developed by James Asher, a professor a professor emeritus of psychology at San Jose State University. It is based on the coordination of language and physical movement in the TPR instructors and give commands to students in the target language with body movements in the target language with the, I said that. And students respond with whole body action. The, the method the method is an example of the comprehension approach to language teaching, listening and responding with actions serves two purposes. It is a means of quickly recognizing many in the language being learned and a means of possibly learning the structures of the language itself. Can you change next slide, please? Next slide, please. Are you listening? Okay. Asher developed TPR as a result of the experience of observing young children learning their first language. He noticed that interaction between parents and children often took the form of a speech from the parent, followed by a physical response from the child. Asher made three hypotheses based on his observation. First, uh, that language is learned primarily by listening. And second, that language learning must engage the right hemisphere of the brain. And third, that learning language should not involve in stress, any stress. Uh, there we can see that some people are jumping and doing exercise. Maybe this is because of the teacher is asking them to do that. That's the purpose of the method, the method Torah physical response. Also, we have the principles of the Torah physical response that are developed understanding of the new language before speaking, and students can remain silent. Two, making the body helps language retention. And three, imperatives are used to direct students. And four, observing and performing actions are both beneficial. Five, fixed fruit lines. Fruit lines are not helpful. Six, novelty is fun. So teacher must mix up commands and add new ones. I think that change slide. Next slide, please. I'm going to allow my partner to continue. The next one. Next one. Okay. What is connection to classroom? The connection to the classroom. TPR is not always dancing and singing, uh, singing songs. Generally, we refer to body movement with instruction to engage learners. Also, students learn by identify a certain key point to some action. And TPR can be used for all curriculum, literacy, science, math, and so on. Next slide, please. Principle. The principle makes emphasis in the physical activity as answer to the linguistic message. The teacher uses orders to most part of the time, and communication with his or her students in class is practiced in this way. And activities in class privilege the development of the listening comprehension and the vocabulary and speech acquisition. Students often listen to teachers' orders, and in this way, they acquire great familiarity with the language sounds that he/she studies. At the same time that he/she increases his or her vocabulary by means of the teacher's actions. Observation. Next slide, please. Okay, now my partner, my classmates is going to continue. I introduce yourself first.
Okay, hello. Advantages of CPR. Fun and easy. Students enjoy activities. Simple CPR activities do not require a good year of preparation of the part of the teacher. CPR is included in works with a class with mixed ability levels. Good for chemistry learners who need to be actively in class. Good tool for building vocabulary, actions, neural connections in the brain. Helps learners achieve fluency faster by immersing learners in activities that involve the institutional language. Disadvantages of TPR. Most useful for beginners. Preparation becomes an issue for teachers at higher levels. Students are not generally given the opportunity to express their own truth in a creative manner, may limit teachers in their own state or languages that can be addressed, can be a major changes for child students. Use of TPR in teaching a third language activities can be limited to directly obvious, visible, and psychical over.
You can ask to change the slide if you finish. Or, yeah, go on. Sigue, go on. Luisa, are you there? Are you listening?
Yes, I finished this part.
Okay, okay, okay. So, next person.
Hello, my name is Roseni. I'm going to talk about creation and terror natural approach. Next slide, please. Okay. What is the creation natural approach? The natural approach attributes to communication the most important function of the language and consequently focuses of the teaching of communication skill. The meaning becomes the center of attention. The importance of vocabulary, emphasis, and grammar is displaced to a secondary plane. Gratian and Terrer identified their approach as traditional, which means that it's based on the use of the language in communicate situations. We are resorting to the modern tongue. For them, the natural approach is an example of a communicated approach that is based on empirical theories of language acquisition. It consists, next slide, please. The next, please. Next. 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 Okay. Next. Okay. It consists of 5 hypotheses. Number 1, the difference between acquiring and learning. Now my partner Luisa will continue.
Okay. The difference between acquiring and learning. Difference, acquisition, and learning. A gradual development, it's happened naturally. It's happened through interaction with the ones who are native speakers. Focus is on meaningful communication, not on grammatical forms. Learning, conscious process, grammar, vocabulary, and rules are learned in controlled manner. It's happening in school, course, and so on. Activities and methods are designed focus on grammar.
Hello, guys.
Okay. Number 2, the natural order hypothesis. This hypothesis states that we proceed to acquire grammatical structure in predictable way. For any language, some grammatical structures tend to be acquired early, and other late. The monitor hypothesis. Fluency depends on the language that one acquires subconsciously, since this part is the one that is the production of words. Number 4. The contribution hypothesis. This hypothesis answers the question of how the language developed its competence over time. 5. The affective filter hypothesis. Both motivation and self-confidence, as well as answering, affect the acquisition of a second language. The 5 hypotheses are summarized in 2. To acquire 2 conditions must be met. First, that the contribution contain understandable structures at level slightly than that of the student. Second, that the effective field is low, so that the student is predisposed to receive the contribution. What is the Gaussian theory called? Gaussian, according to this hypothesis, also called modular theory or model. The proper functioning of the model depends on the following factors. The time the learner needs to select and apply a learned group. The emphasis of the currents of language production or focus on form. And now my partner will continue.
Hello guys, my name is Jairo Medrano. Today I'm going to speak about the lexical approach. What is lexical approach? It's a way of analyzing and teaching language based on the idea that is made of a lexical unit rather than the grammatical structure. But the unit are words, chunks formed by collection and phrase. In the classroom experience of the author with the lexical approach, the teacher role is to provide an environment in which the student can manage their own learning. The student's responsibility is in using what is called concordance. In the principle and technical applied in lexical approach, if of the lexical approach, then it's a language grammatically lesis, not lexically. Grammar and Lewis 1993. In other words, lesis is essential in creating meaning, grammar plays, and subdivided managing role. The advantage and disadvantage of this method, the lexical approach can be a way of the student to pick a phrase. It doesn't force more creativity. It has a negativity side effect of a limited people response to phrase because they don't have breathing response. They don't need to learn introduction in the language. And also the advantage, including being to learn to another language more quickly, and you have to learn phrase and should instead being to throughout the language and being confused. The disadvantage that you know learn to learn the people grammar using this method. That is for my group. Thank you for attention and bye.
Okay, thank you. We finish.
I think that Luisa have to say something. Stop record.